Matthew "Matty the Horse" Ianniello was a notorious figure in the world of organized crime, a man whose influence extended far beyond the shadowy corners of New York's underworld. Born in 1920 in Little Italy, Manhattan, Ianniello quickly rose through the ranks of the Genovese crime family, eventually becoming its acting boss. Rise to power. Ianniello was a shrewd and ruthless operator. He earned his nickname, Matty the Horse, due to his strong build and aggressive nature. By the 1950s, he was a key player in the Genovese family's operations, overseeing various illegal enterprises, including gambling, loan sharking, and labor racketeering. One of his most infamous ventures was his control over New York City's nightlife. Through a web of frontmen and shell companies, Ianniello secretly owned or controlled dozens of bars, nightclubs, and restaurants in Manhattan, including the famous Peppermint Lounge and the Copacabana. These establishments were not just profitable businesses. They were also hubs for money laundering and other illicit activities. The hidden hand. Despite his powerful position, Ianniello was a master of maintaining a low profile. He was careful, avoiding the flashy lifestyle that often led other mobsters to their downfall. He preferred to operate behind the scenes, pulling strings and making decisions that shaped the city's underworld without drawing too much attention. But as with all empires built on crime, Ianniello's reign was not to last. The FBI had been monitoring him for years, and by the late 1980s, they were closing in. His involvement in a vast array of criminal activities made him a prime target for law enforcement. The fall. In 1985, Ianniello was indicted on federal racketeering charges. The indictment outlined his control over the Genovese family's illicit businesses, including labor union corruption and extortion. The case was part of a larger effort by the federal government to dismantle the mafia's stranglehold on various industries. The trial was a high-profile affair, with Ianniello maintaining his innocence throughout. However, the evidence against him was overwhelming. Former associates turned state witnesses, providing detailed accounts of Ianniello's criminal empire. The prosecution painted a vivid picture of a man who had amassed millions of dollars through fear and intimidation. In 1986, Ianniello was convicted and sentenced to 13 years in federal prison. It was a significant blow to the Genovese family, which had relied heavily on Ianniello's leadership and cunning. Despite his imprisonment, Ianniello remained a respected figure in the mafia, known for his intelligence and ability to navigate the treacherous world of organized crime. Legacy. Matthew Ianniello was released from prison in 1995, having served nearly a decade behind bars. By then, the landscape of organized crime in New York had changed dramatically. Many of his old associates were dead or imprisoned, and the mafia's influence had waned under relentless pressure from law enforcement. Ianniello lived out the remainder of his life quietly, far from the limelight that once surrounded him. He died in 2012 at the age of 92, a relic of a bygone era when the mafia ruled the streets of New York. Though his story ended with his conviction and imprisonment, Matthew Ianniello remains a significant figure in the history of organized crime, a man who epitomized the mafia's ability to operate in the shadows, controlling vast empires while remaining largely unseen by the public. His life is a testament to the dark allure of power and the inevitable downfall that accompanies a life lived on the wrong side of the law. Thanks for tuning into Sika True Crime Docs. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more captivating tales. Your support helps us keep bringing these stories to life. See you in the next episode.